evening, everybody. I'm Ben Ether, and this is the Ben Ether Show on the SVP TV network. Hey, listen, y'all. Today, my guest is Mr. Eddie Lee Crawford, known to the world as the wrestling giant, the mighty Snowman. Now, listen, Snowman started off with extremely humble beginnings, just like you and I. But in the blink of an eye, he was thrust at the top of the wrestling business to hold some of the most coveted titles offered to wrestlers today. Now listen, he left a lot of people with a lot of questions when he just disappeared off the scene. But I got him today, and we're gonna go and we're gonna talk to him, and we're gonna get him to answer as many questions as we can today. So listen, y'all come on, follow me. Let's go and talk to the Snowman. Alrighty, folks, we're here and we're live with the Milwaukee Snowman, also known, Snowman, you got so many different titles that it's just hard to put you in a box. You know what I mean? You've been the Snowman, you've been the Mighty Snowman, you've been Dr. Death, just
Dr. Troy.
Dr. Detroit. He's worn a whole bunch of hats, people. So we're just gonna basically get into some talk with him and try to unravel this mystery and dilemma that he left us with after him and the Jerry Lawler thing went down. So just to get started with you, Snow, let me ask you, you did some humanitarian work here in the city.
Yes.
So, and I understand that during that humanitarian work, you got a chance to work with some kids. You got a chance to meet and work with Congressman Steve Cohen.
Yes.
Okay, that's the Tennessee congressman, right?
He's the one that signed off on a proclamation.
Do he sign any checks?
I'm hoping in the near future.
Okay. Well, what exactly did that humanitarian work consist of? Now, I know it was with various schools in the city and you talked to kids. So what exactly did you talk to the kids about? Tell us a little bit about
life,
that.
How coming up and dodging the mistakes, even though the mistakes going to represent your experience to do better. So if you never needed, I'm just going to say, if you never needed help, and then you wouldn't know what help would be. So when I'm giving out some good information to the young people that's growing up in our community, they're gonna need someone that's been in trouble so they can always dodge that. I'm not saying trouble won't find them, but when you're expressing something to young people, they listen, and that's what I like about it.
Were these, was it a mixed crowd of kids? Was it junior high, high school?
Yeah, we did elementary in Blytheville, Arkansas, 500 I spoke to.
Man, I bet them kids was all over
you. They was,
because
I had to show all of the video and all that.
And did you have that strap?
Yeah, I had that belt? Definitely had the strap with me, the belt.
Wow.
And my biggest thing was to talk to the people at Labana and St. Jude and St. Joseph, to get on the inside, because I feel like this, since I'm called a snowman, let's come up with the snowman outfit, the bubble head.
Did you wear that suit?
I wore all of that, yeah.
Wow.
Because remember, if the kids are dealing with Santa, it's impossible to have Santa and not have a snowman.
That's right.
So I played a lot of, parts in dealing with kids at University of Memphis, also underprivileged kids, and then I did the same thing in the city. Like if I spoke about Labana, St. Jude, and you had to go through human resource, and they're gonna do a background check, and they ain't gonna let you in there because somebody else is saying that snowman name represents something like white powder. But see, when I showed myself dressed as a snowman, I think that kind of cut it out.
Did that ever come up?
Yeah, it came up. Yeah, it came up in the wrestling business.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
Because I'm going up the ladder anyway, so I'm knowing it's gonna come up.
Well, you're kind of known in all four corners, north, south, east, west. Everybody knows about the Snowman. the 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 kids that you talked to at the schools, do you think any of them really did it? You think maybe it helped a lot of them?
It helped them because they were, I mean, they was really there. And what I'm saying, it was a attention getter because, I'm talking because I know what happened to me. And so I can come so far to expressing who did it, who had it done to me, but I made them aware of the obstacles that's going to set up in your life. You're going to play a great part, whether you give up or keep on rolling. And I call myself a no-limit soldier. That means you can call me, I'm going to keep coming. If you don't call me, I'm still coming. I'm a driving force.
You know what I'd like to know
Mhm.
about the thing that you did with the kids and with the congressman? How did that go off? Who approached you about that? How did you land that particular?
About doing that.
Yeah, who came to you about that?
Nobody come to me about it. It just was a drive that I've had all the time to be nice and be kind.
Oh, so you initiated it and they accepted.
I wanted to be meek, and even though I could have been a rotten apple, but I showed my best side of the fruit, and so I said, let me put this in motion. Of course,
See,
it
that's
was a
star
dream.
power. That's star power.
Yeah, it's a dream, and
Yeah.
I figured if it would do anything for me and help others, I need to initiate it, and then I did it in a dream. I dreamed
Okay.
about it, and then I turned the dream into a what? Reality.
Right.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
saw this in your dreams, and then
And I knew about St. Joe's, and I know about Lebanon, and I know about St. Jude. See,
Now-
I knew. That's capital stuff there. The kids at Lebanon and all these other hospitals, and then they're sweeping through the city talking about it. And then I did Lemoyne on for wherever they had for the early learners.
okay.
They had me to come over there. Well, quite sure I had a lot of phone calls, and somebody put it in pocket. Say, hey, you think you can come over here? I said, yeah.
So you started off. You approached one school. You did that, and that went off so well. You wound up doing
All of the community
all
center.
of the
Yeah,
community centers
that's
and
right.
everything.
That's right.
Man, that was big. That just goes to show you what kind of star power you got, because the average person wouldn't have been accepted like that.
And
You
they
know what I mean?
felt good to feel the goal. They wanted to
Right.
see it, and then this time it's nothing
Hey, did
against
you bring
anyone.
that thing today, man?
No, man, I thought I was Z's today, man. I got a day where I Z's, and I don't let nothing interfere with that.
Well, I'm sitting here and I'm talking with the Snowman. I'm interviewing him, but Snow and I we've been friends for years. We go way back. We got good positive history, track record of just doing a lot of good things together. So it's so much I want to ask him. It's just going to be hard to fit it in with the current time limit I'm working with. But I'm gonna try to get as much out of him as I can while we're sitting here talking to him.
I hear you.
Now, you also worked in radio.
Right.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your radio.
My thing with radio is I'm coming in, just say for instance, I'm gonna use you, and you know that I got a good voice, and so you said, well, look, come in the production room and do something. I said, well, I want to do some at a big place. It's called Club Expo or either Club Flavor or what.
Okay.
You want to go there, and then you're doing some stuff in the streets, what's making you also popular, and so they want to hear the voice. So lay the voice, and so.
So were you doing voiceovers or something like that?
Yeah, I did all that.
Okay, you were
See,
doing
I'm in the
voiceovers.
production room, so I'm doing whatever I need to do to flavor the people, get them going. Hey, it's
Okay.
all happening. That's right. Tonight, you got to know how to project.
What got
And
you
so,
into that?
Just a dream again.
Okay.
You hear things and then you say, I want to do this. I want to do. You know how we are. We greedy pigs.
So
We
you
want
gave it
this.
a shot.
I gave it a shot.
And it worked out.
And somebody let me roll. Just like if I come to you, you're on air. Actually, now when you bring me on as a co-host, I'm in there. You can't say, well, the day I did the show and I don't want this guy to be recognized or thought of. So I'm gonna move him out the way. You can't, because the people see this and they hear me on the same time. I had that done to me in radio, but I don't want to lay there and deal with that. It's just different things, and people that's listening to us now, they can tell a quality voice than just somebody coming on doing something.
Definitely. Well, okay. You did some radio work. Tell us about some of the people in radio you worked with.
I worked on the Guy Brody in Baton Rouge at WTKL which is then Q106
Now, what kind of station were they?
FM, and one is AM.
Were they rhythm and blues, gospel?
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
rhythm R&B stations?
Yeah.
Okay.
R&B.
All right.
Guy Broden and on the E. Rodney Jones. So if E. Rodney Jones is going and then Guy Broden's next or you next, then I'm working on the U. You know.
I hear you talk about E. Rodney Jones a lot when we
Came
talk
through
about
here
radio.
in Chicago. Yeah.
Okay, so who exactly is E. Rodney Jones? Tell us, who is he?
Like a great big program director. The backbone of the station.
Okay, he wasn't from Memphis though, was he?
No.
Where was he from?
I don't know where Rodney was from, but I'm saying he was here and there. You couldn't.
He just kind of was all over the place.
Yeah,
He was
all
known.
over. But when he came, you could know he is the head knocker. That's it. And then I worked on the Prairie Span on a radio station at Lamar and Bellevue. It was called WSSS 1030 AM on the Chi-Town. What is it? Chi-Town Kid. Yeah.
Okay.
I did. So I've been out there for a while. And then the most thing that I love is when I first got the belt from Jerry the King Lawler, is I did a commercial for the bonding company, Memphis Bonding, which was one of the hottest bonding companies in the city. And then he had bonding companies not only in Memphis, everywhere, Tennessee, Mississippi, and on and on.
Okay. I see. All right. Well, before we get to your bonding, let me ask you this. I also know you did some bounty hunting.
Yeah. Under the same company, Memphis Bonding.
But weren't you also, you were a police officer?
Yeah, Collierville.
Also too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how long were you a police officer?
Maybe, I think 2 years, because there was some whole lot of conflict with that, and that I'm not at liberty to go through a lot, so I'm just knowing that I'm there, and if anybody denied that would be wrong, but it wouldn't matter. It's just the idea I had to stroke that area, Collierville.
I'm wondering, how do you go from, how do you transition from radio to bounty hunting to wrestling? That you made a lot of big jumps.
Yeah, I had to.
You made a lot of big jumps. A lot of people are afraid to make those kind of jumps.
Yeah, that's called uncharted water. That means I've never been there before, but I welcome uncharted. That means this is what you can't do. No, I'm not afraid.
You're not afraid. You're not a fearful person.
I'm not.
What you're saying.
You have to do something, and that'll be all right too, because I understand that you can't just look to the world today. You kind of take life like this, and that's the way it is.
How long when did you start bounty hunting?
Probably in '85.
In '85?
All the way up until not too long.
Okay, so you still kind of do it now?
Whenever. It's the way it is, man. You got that tag.
You're a mess, man. So you still...
Me too.
Yeah, so you still do a little bounty hunting now?
If they call me, man,
Wow. Okay, that seems like it's kind of...
Let me give a flag, a shout out to Mike Dockery and Cliff. And they had A+ bonding company right now. Them my guys that I started with. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got you. Okay. Also, you were in a movie.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you were in a movie. Now, what was the name of that movie? Was it The Son of Sheriff?
We did The Son of Sheriff. And you don't even believe it's a police officer was filming, and it was his film and everything, and the guy got into a romantic type thing, this other guy, and took the whole film and carried it to Europe on that particular one, on the Son of Sheriff. And then the other one was famous.
So it was never released in the States?
Not that I know of. But I know the guy came back, but he didn't explain anything to anybody. That's going to help him in life. If you keep living, somebody gonna cross you.
Yeah, all the time.
But the biggest movie was the one that Sybil Shepherd landed in Memphis, and she's from East High School, and she's the one that played in the movie with Bruce Willis. Yeah,
Moonlight.
So that was good for me. And the story of the movie that I was in was they had kidnapped a little boy, and they called the movie The Memphis. Yeah.
Oh, so in that movie, you got a chance to work with Sybil Shepherd?
Yeah, in her movie.
Wow.
So
that's
big.
That's
nationwide. Yeah.
That's big.
That's nationwide. See, Lawler and them and different other guys, King Jerry Lawler, they don't know nothing about that. They just think I came off the street begging with my hands out. They didn't know I was an ex-bodybuilder. all of that stuff, man, they didn't know nothing. But I thought I just was home for wrestling.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about some of the wrestlers you've worked with. Okay, I see you work with the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah,
You work with Jimmy Hart,
yeah,
Jake Roberts,
yeah,
Ric Flair,
yeah. Dr. Death Steve Williams,
Cactus Jack.
Cactus.
Okay, Tommy Rich.
Yeah. And they both work together. Rich and who? Austin.
Okay,
Austin Idol.
Austin Idol.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I remember Austin Idol. So you work with all those guys.
Virgil, which went to what, WWF?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, he was
Didn't he wear like the bicentennial tie?
Yeah, like
yeah.
on the Rocky thing, and what was it, Rocky Balboa, and what's the other guy?
Was it Dolph Lundgren or
the white brother from across the water?
I know he did one with Apollo.
Yeah, Apollo. Okay, that's the way Virgil dressed it, like Apollo. That's
like
what I'm
Apollo.
saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, he dressed like Apollo on the Rocky movie.
There you go.
Okay, okay.
So I've been with some so-called famous people,
Well, let me ask you this, man. Okay, all of these things that you've been doing, all the stuff that you've done, ain't none of this stuff associated with one another technically. It's like everything that you've done is nothing is connected with what you've done before in the least bit. It's like you just said, you just look like you just rushed out in the galaxy and said, I want to try this.
Yeah, that's what
and
I
did.
I did that.
So that's what you did.
Yeah, whether people believe it or not, but you pulled it up, and all I have to do is agree. That's what I did. I don't know, can someone else come and tell me, say, that ain't what he did? I'm telling you, that's what I did, and it happened. And sometimes it's good to remember this. So is a man thinking, so is he. So I'm thinking and manifesting. When stuff manifests, then I see manifestation. I never did get up off of my belief. I put it in action. See, that's what we need to do. We're not active. As a black race, we need to be active, doing things that mean something, then share with others always.
Now, one of the interesting things about all of this is at the very end, well, I wouldn't say at the end, but at the now, at the very now, all this other stuff you've done for your now to be, you're in the clergy, you're a minister.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about it right now.
We don't have to.
But I want to let everyone know
that's where I'm at now.
That this is where he is now. Out of all the other things that he's done and accomplished, he's in the clergy now. He's a minister and he has his own church, and he's been doing this for a while, the ministry. I just find that really fascinating because you've treaded some ground. All the grounds that you've treaded, none of them were in close relation to each other, and none of them had anything to do with church, with the least bit. So it's just, it just fascinates me that is where you are today, which is really a good thing, behind, really behind everything that the world has been through.
Throwing at me.
And everything that you've been through, I don't think there is nothing wrong with the little church in your life or God in your life. Because you know what? I had somebody tell me the other day, you know what, Ben? A lot of us won't even stop to thank God for 5 minutes, but we always asking him for stuff.
Yeah, always.
We're always asking him for things, or by now get sick and think the doctors can't help us.
Yeah.
We're really talking to him then.
Yeah.
But some of us won't even take 5 minutes to
You mean 5 seconds?
5 seconds.
Think about it, man. I'm serious.
Okay, man, listen. Okay. You landed a match that now I followed your journey when you first started after the wrestling thing. To just give you a little detail, I passed you a lot of secrets because of my brother Norvell. For those of you out there that don't know, Norvell Austin, we're brothers. So I was hanging around him a lot during that time, and I was also hanging with this guy right here too. I was kind of back and forth. Norvell was teaching me things about wrestling, and Snow was just teaching me things about because he was a disc jockey and he was a personality. So he was teaching me stuff like that. It just so happens we both had an interest in something that both of us knew that the other one didn't know.
Yeah, the music, like you tripped me out. Wind up an artist and music.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought I was doing something for you.
Yeah, I mean that still trips me up today,
Yeah,
you
man.
know.
We kind of did it backwards.
We
And
did.
then it still came out in the right flavor.
It did.
Yeah.
It still manifested to where, you know,
Yeah.
that's just kind of who we are.
That was a
now.
high for you too.
It was.
And then I said, your brother was with Spundick Monroe. I couldn't, that's when I said, Crank It Up Ben, I'm talking about you. I said, he ain't gonna tell me nothing because he coming from with Spundick Monroe, man. That's one of the heaviest, like Jackie Fox, man. I'm just gonna try to get close to him. And I did, I got close enough.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you
you
gave
did.
me some insight,
You
and
did.
I'm thankful today.
Well, you know, I was glad to give you that insight because I saw that nobody else was in a hurry to try to help you
Yeah,
make that wrestling dream come true. So,
man.
and you had a lot of opposition, but one match that you had that, well, you had quite a few matches that was just over the top, but one of the ones that was really over the top for me, because you know I'm with you a lot, and we together most of the days,
Right.
you know, and then we're not in each other's company for a few months, and I look around and you're in the Superdome, and you're in the Superdome. Not only are you in the Superdome, facing off with the top contender, and what was that promotion then?
Out of the WWF was Jake Roberts.
Jake Roberts.
Yeah, Jake the Snake
Was
Roberts.
that the WWF?
Universal Wrestling Federation and Power, Mid-South Power Pro.
Well, you know, as if that wasn't big enough, then you had the GOAT in the corner with you, the greatest of all times, boxing champion, Muhammad Ali, the greatest. I'm Cassius Clay. I'm the greatest. You
know,
had him in the corner.
Know, I guess you.
That had to be man. That had to be a big high, man.
It was. Yeah, I was high.
That had to be just off the chain.
I'm not talking about I was high like that.
I know, man.
And I was high again when I told him about Lawler in the Coliseum, sending got Leon Spinks, and he was my special referee against Jerry.
Oh, Leon
King.
was
He
Leon
the
was
one
there?
counted Lawler's shoulders out, so that was too much chocolate in there. A black wrestler and a black referee out of St. Louis happened to be another one that carried. And I think Mike Spinks, the one that beat Ali in the Dome in '78. Then he returns with me in '85. Ali still moving.
Okay,
and grooving.
Okay, so Spinks counted out Jerry Lawler
Yeah.
in the match that you won the title.
It's in the magazine that we got in the ride. It's in there.
See, that's what I'm saying. You know,
That's
you're a legend.
Human
I
people.
mean, listen, you're a legend. It's just no other way to word it. You're a legend. There's a video out of the World Wrestling Federation that you're in.
Yeah, WWE Network Snowman. That's how you find it.
Okay, say that again.
WWE Eddie Crawford Snowman Network. WWE Networks Eddie Snowman Crawford. Yeah.
Okay, you know that's.
But I'm not a legend for the company and the big, the big wheels. I'm just one of the guys that wrestled and helped pull you out.
But didn't that surprise you? Because you didn't even know you.
I didn't even know it. I don't even look at my matches. I just started seeing the matches after I got out of it. See, because we was on the road all the time. If we were on the road driving, we was in the plane.
So listen, how did you feel? Did you come across, did somebody tell you about this particular tape?
Talking about the tape, the
video
that's packaged with Hogan and all the legends.
All the legends.
My grandkids seen it, and they told
so
me.
Now, how you feeling? You just not getting wind that you're in a legends volume.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody told you about
Vince won't give me a call.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, because I mean, I can see him recognize me as a legend after I die. But I'm one of the legends
and
that was with the legend. I'm still alive.
And you're still on top
I haven't
of the ground.
heard a word from him or Lawler.
So you're saying that during this whole
fiasco,
ain't nobody talking to you about nothing?
No, about nothing.
But they're using your likeness?
That's right. And my what? If they're using my likeness, that means they're using my image.
Yeah, that means they're selling merchandise under your title. And
That's right.
wow,
Or either take me from them. You can't do that because people done purchase it. They say, well, we don't see Snowman. You have to renew what? Y'all have to renew something. Or you got to take me from them or either accept me as a what? Legend. But if you don't, I understand.
What was your highest moment? Can you remember your highest moment in the World Wrestling Federation?
Dr. Death, because you knock off Dr. Death, you done knocked off everybody.
Steve Williams.
That's right. That's the strongest they had.
Wow.
And not just playing down on Hacksaw Butch Reed or Hacksaw Jim Douglas or Ted DiBiase or Terry Till, not playing down on any of them, but Death was hard.
I remember Dr. Death, Steve Williams. That was I mean, they really don't get no bigger than Dr. Death.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
And Jake Roberts.
And Jake Roberts. So, but you beat Jake Roberts when Muhammad Ali was in your corner.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
And had been kind of spanking him all the time.
Well, did Leon Spinks, did he count that out, or who refereed that match? Was it just a regular referee?
Carl Fergie, Lawler's cousin.
Carl Fergie refereed the match.
That's who I think did it, yeah. Because it was, everybody was high, man. I'm talking about sky high.
That's all of that you just said.
It was quick, man. It was quick.
Well, you know what? Some of the things we're talking about right now, fans and wrestlers alike. Because contrary to what people don't know out there is, a lot of things go on with wrestlers that other wrestlers don't know about.
Yeah.
They don't know what didn't happen. Behind the scenes. Yeah, they don't know. And the same thing applies to basketball, football,
music, industry, all kind of.
So some of the things we're talking about now, these are some questions that both professional, amateur wrestlers and fans alike all the way across the globe have been wanting to know the answers to some of these questions.
Yes, sir.
That you're giving me today.
Man, I'm amazed that you can come up with all this here on such a show as yours at this early date. When I'm saying early, like years gone by, and here you come doing stuff like this, man. I mean, it's amazing.
Well, I learned
to get this globally.
But I learned that from you. I learned you, my brother Noah Bell, a lot of other people that I had the opportunity to work around, and I ain't gonna do no name calling, but a lot of people always stress to me that everything you do can only take you so far. So you got to keep reinventing yourself.
That's why I reached back and hoping that if I had crossed you, that I could get forgiveness from you. And I said, I need you to go with me to a TV station. And you didn't change. And we took another guy with us. And I said, now, as long as he been out.
The Bohemian brother.
Yeah. I said, now, how can Crank It Up Ben, Norville Austin, popular wrestler, brother fit in with me during the 90s? How can he do that? And you fit right in, and I think they really disliked you. I could say haters because you came at the wrong time when I needed somebody that knew what was going on with me, and I didn't know you were studying me like that because you're the one set me up. How going higher up the ladder.
Well, after that appearance that we made with you, I think. The Cobra was out there that day too when we.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah.
Cobra didn't want to be in that, because I think he felt the environment, and with Lawler coming and then with him leaving, it was best for whatever going on. He let it be between me and Lawler. He didn't want to have nothing to do with that because it wasn't about him.
Right.
It was about Lawler and them trying to twist things around. And I want them to know this, even if it was a work, wizard, or either if it was real. I want you to know if things are real with the king, and he is the king, Jerry Lawler, if it's real with him and he loses, then it's real with me because I won. But if it's fake with him, and then it's fake with me. Let's look at everything we've done. If you want to count me out, count yourself out because everybody had a role to play.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I could feel. You know how you can walk in a room and the air so thick you can cut it with a butter
You
knife.
can, man.
Yeah, after that interview that day, I went around a few times after that, and the air was so thick that I knew that I was like in a bee's hive.
Cold.
So yeah, I didn't want to be in the bee's nest. So
Yeah.
it made me pursue other options, and
Yeah.
and I'm glad it did because
Yeah.
otherwise I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're unstoppable. That's what I'm saying. And someone can find
Oh
out
well, no,
another
I'm not
version.
gonna quit. You
Yeah,
know
that's
what I
what I'm
mean?
saying.
Yeah,
You know.
we can't quit, man. You know that. At what point though? At what point was it between you and Jerry Lawler that um all the humility went out and everything got pushed over the edge? What really happened to cause that rift?
The breakup,
Yeah,
like
just
just
tell
like a
me.
marriage, the
Yeah,
breakup,
just give us a little bit on it.
just a
On what
little
really
is
caused
this.
that.
I won the title, but when the title flipped hands, I guess it was a white brother or a black brother, the belt it has no significance. And seeing you got to read it, you remember how you read about how thick it was?
Yeah, so you're
yeah.
saying that once you won the title,
Yeah,
they didn't treat you with the same.
like they would have treated one of their own. But I'm
Okay.
saying, I think they would have treated one of their own the same way also.
That's interesting.
That's how interesting it is. How could you be the one play the game and then set it up like that? Now you lose. Now you take your ball and your gold in the house. What do you think the other ball players are thinking? Hey, he lost the game. He carried the ball. The other word, the game and everything is gone in his garage, and he closed the door down. That's how I feel. You can have the belt all you want. It don't mean nothing. I don't have it yet. And now I'm gonna make sure I get in the main event and do no more tag team wrestling. I'm not gonna do no solo no more after you. I'm gonna be tied to tag team stuff and put myself where I want to put myself at.
Did have since all that happened?
Mm.
Since all that happened, have you and King had any communication, any dialogue?
No dialogue
whatsoever.
He like it the
No
way
dialogue.
He like it like it is.
Well, since you guys have had no dialogue, Jerry, King, I'm here for you, man. Listen, you can come on the show. You and Snowman can have a peaceful dialogue because I'm sure both of you guys would love to get closure behind all of this in some form, whatever that may be. But anyway, my offer stands if you would like to maybe come on the show and open up a dialogue with the Snowman here. This is the place to do it. You know what I mean? I'd be happy to have you here.
Well, you think you could? This is just a laughing matter here. Do you think I could get my car back in my work truck, and then we make an exchange the belt? But the belt shouldn't never change hands again until he give a rematch.
The car, the truck.
Yeah, if somebody pulling your vehicles, I told you I got a levy against you. Two wrestlers can't handle this situation. You have to carry one to court.
So are you telling me that? Okay, let me make sure I got this right. You won the title.
Yeah.
You got the title.
I got it.
You have the title.
Yeah.
Snowman is the unified.
That's in
champion.
Front of the TV audience. Everybody
because that's the title that you had.
That's right.
The world's unified heavyweight
that's
title.
What
that belt unified.
Given to me that night.
So it unified all the wrestling leagues into one belt. That means whoever had that title was the champion over all.
Which was Kurt Heenan and then Von Erich. All the champions.
Was that Mr. Perfect?
Together. Mr. Perfect.
Kurt Heenan.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
and the clash between Von Erich and Lawler's in Chicago. And see, whenever you keep narrowing it down, as people study going after the belt, the gold, right? Narrowed it down, and Lawler came away with the gold.
Well, wait a minute. I just want to get this clarified. You're holding the title.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the magazine.
Now, you're holding the title. You won it fair and square in the ring, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned something about your truck.
Yeah.
And what else was it?
Lincoln Continental.
Okay, so it was a truck.
And work truck
and a car.
Yeah.
Was any property involved?
No property.
Okay, just no house or anything,
None.
just 2 vehicles.
Yeah, 2 vehicles.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're telling me that you won the belt fair and square,
Mhm.
and did you offer? Did you guys ever entertain the notion of wrestling each other to see if Lawler could get the belt back, or
That
did he
was-
just go after your belongings?
Yeah, he went after my. He didn't act as a professional wrestler. Look, man, I want my stuff back. What can we work out? Because I don't want to do business with you no more. I understand that.
Okay, so wait a minute. Why wouldn't he want to wrestle with you? Y'all are
Who
both
would want to
wrestlers.
wrestle with me? My arms 22 inches, and then I'm benching 500 pounds and squatting 650. Who you think want to come back after you have snatched my vehicles from me? You
See-
ain't gonna get no belt, because how can you put the belt up when you abandoned your quest? I'm saying what the magazines that circulates around the world say. It said he has apparently abandoned his quest, because it's crazy for a loser, for a winner to go and request another match. I'm the champ. I don't need to ask you about no match. You can come talk to me, baby.
You know, that's really
Baby boy.
That's very, very. That's news that fans and people
They
out
don't
there
know.
listening, they need to hear this.
Yeah.
So you're saying that because you were such a physical specimen
Yeah.
that Lawler did not want to get back in the ring.
And not
with you.
only that, I wasn't listening to him. You know how
And he
you
wanted-
just say this here. Let me say this. Just say you and your wife in an argument, you ain't fitting to stop, and she letting you know she ain't gonna stop. Now, when was he gonna book another match? And because I'm not listening to him, and you pull my truck and my vehicle, got to label me. Now it's in public records. People can read it for themselves. It's free. It's public records. It's on public records.
So you're saying that since he went after your car and he went after your Lincoln,
I wasn't about to cut no deal with
you
him.
weren't gonna cut no deal.
No,
with
no
him.
deal now.
So do you still have position? So you still legally
The
unified
main
world
attraction. Yeah,
heavyweight.
the main attraction. Make no difference with the age.
But
Because
what
see,
kind
I
of-
helped them turn the page. No different with the age. I
Well,
turned the page.
This is what I want to know. If you're holding the unified
Strap.
heavyweight title, what was
Is
that
he holding?
had?
He had the belt that he never did turn into Great Gunya, Minnesota.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I want something from you, but I'm already holding somebody else's belt, but I want my belt back. I'm crying for my belt, and I haven't turned the belt in to Great Gunya, which is AWA. And you know who was their champion? Chief Wahoo, you know him.
Yeah. Well,
So that's who you were gonna have to fight, Lawler. So you said, no, I ain't gonna do that. Well, then up the belt, like you trying to get me to up mine. Back to you.
So, okay, you kept the belt because you were not challenged for it. Nobody.
That's right. He never-
did not challenge.
No,
you.
he wanted me to give it to
He
him.
wanted you to just give it to
Meet
him.
him somewhere and just give it to him as if being Austin Snowman never existed. That's how he was doing.
There's
me.
a lot of wrestling
That's
fans
crazy.
out there right now that upon hearing that one piece of information is probably going to wreak havoc on some social media accounts
Yeah.
concerning the King.
And it'll be good because it's what in Memphis? On public what? Public records.
Well, at this age, at this point in time,
Mm.
would you entertain a rematch with
Yeah,
Jerry Lawler?
because
You would?
I was smacking him out the ring all the time. He would never get a point in. He'll be smacked all the way to the door.
Just like that.
Just like that, because I'm going in rough and coming out tough.
Okay, fans, you've heard it. The Snowman has officially said that he was never. He offered a challenge match, a rematch to Jerry Lawler, and Lawler never accepted the challenge. But he in turn went after him in court.
Yeah, a levy. Put a levy against my
Yeah, and
vehicles.
put levies against his vehicles, and
That's supposed to make me give the what back.
right. So you still never gave the belt back, and so technically you are still the unified heavyweight.
According
Champion.
to the Wrestling Eye, the magazine circulated around the
That's
world.
amazing, man. That's
Yeah.
I mean, that's absolutely amazing to
Mhm.
even.
See, I'm not writing in the magazine. The writers are writing, right, what they see. So
That's
they don't have
amazing.
nothing against him, but they know he never returned for what? Rematch. Never
Has
requested.
anybody ever just put it out there like we just did?
They can't put it out there because they believe in him.
Okay. You know, I'll tell you what, we're gonna move on there, man. We're gonna move on. Now that you put all that on the back burner,
Mhm.
you're in the ministry now.
Right.
You're a minister.
Mhm.
What in the world, after all this stuff you've done, police officer, bounty hunter, wrestler,
Doing commercials.
doing commercial, voiceovers, disc jockeying, um,
motivational
what
speaker.
yeah, motivational speaker. How does it end up that you're now a minister over your own congregation with your own church?
It's amazing, man, and I think it's like this with God. With God, all things are possible. And without God, nothing is possible. So when I start reading, and then a reading man is a ready man, and a thankful man is a thinking man is a thankful man. So I thought about let's cool down and be calm. Let's try this, because I dreamed that everything else, and it manifests itself. Let me try this. It's gonna be rough. Coming up on the rough side of the mountain, because if it's on the easy side, it's going to be slippery. So the rough side, I can catch a hold somewhere, and whatever is happening that's going to happen, I can see it manifesting itself, not actually where I can see it with my eyes. I just try to see things, and this may trip somebody up. I try to see things through God's eyes, and what I mean by that is my faith. I project my faith, and then I activate the faith that I have. See, if you already got some, all you got to do is mess with what you have. And I don't do nothing but pray to God for what I need. I don't ask for what I want. All I need is this. All I need, little by little, and it'll come together. And of course, when I leave, I can't take nothing with us.
No, you'll never see a U-Haul in a cemetery.
So you think Marilyn Monroe took anything with her?
No.
No.
Michael didn't
So
either,
whoever
nobody.
trying to hold on to something, you're gonna lose. It's gonna slip away.
Well, let me ask you this.
One more blessing.
Now that we're talking about your ministry, we're talking about your ministry.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a little bit about your family life.
Okay.
Are you currently married now, or you're single, or what?
You didn't go there, did you?
Yeah, I mean, the people want to know.
Debbie.
They want to know: are you married? Are you single?
I have been around people of that status since '06.
No, we want to know about you.
Yeah,
Are
right.
you married? Are you single?
I'm working on something. I'm working on the
You're
bill.
working on something.
Deborah, stop
Okay,
it.
you're working on something.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been married before? No, seriously.
I'm about to do like Madil did on TV. Have you been married before?
I'm married now. I've been married.
That's what I figured.
Yeah,
That's why you melling with me.
Yeah, I've been married for 33 years, man.
Yeah, well, 33 years I hadn't been married. I figured it was going to end like this. No,
Well,
but really.
But then, okay, you're not married. You're working on something. Okay, you're not married.
You hear somebody
You're
in the
working
studio,
on
I'm
something.
working
Yeah,
on
I do. I do. Well, what about children?
Yeah,
You got children?
yeah.
How many?
Good God Almighty. Look at this.
How many children do you
I
have?
got 7 girls, 3 boys.
7 girls.
That I know of. I'd hate to ask other men, do they have outside children that they don't know about? I probably would bust their bubble, so I'm just going to stay safe.
Hey, but wait a minute. Now, you may not want to talk about this. If you don't, we can move on from it. But you're the X-Man's father.
Yeah.
Xavier Crawford.
Yeah.
Xavier had a promising
career,
and everything kind of went to hell. But do you guys still close?
Yeah, we still close.
Yeah, I know. I mean, when you look at him, it's just like looking at you.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, it's just like looking at you.
Around you, he was acting crazy anyway. Always a jolly fellow, you know how he was.
Well, all of your children address me as Shadow or Uncle Shadow. You know what I mean? Yeah. And my children address you the same way. Yeah. And I got a great love for your kids, all of them.
You know, his mental state and thing really, went off, and some kind of way the haters came out and they started opening up. So bam, bam, they was hitting him left and right, and he saw that. So, but I tried to get him towards Oklahoma, but he wasn't listening. Barry Switzer was the coach at Dallas, so Barry already knew him. So why would he need an agency to walk on Dallas football field? Barry was looking for him. Ain't that strange? Somebody is looking to do something with you, but you looking the other way to please somebody in your family. I don't know, was it mom, auntie, or whoever it was. It wasn't me, because I was trying to get him out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You also, but
and his brother Travis, they twins, T-Man, X-Man. Yeah.
But you also got a basketball playing daughter too. You got Gabby.
Gabby, yeah.
Okay.
She's at Kentucky.
She's at Kentucky.
And she's switching to Philadelphia out there.
And her career is looking looking good.
Promising, yeah.
She's one hell of a ball player.
Man.
You know.
Then I got Kieran. He's about 6'5". He's at Brightcrest now. And then we got another grandson, Cellos. They got him, man, and they flying him on the plane, and he ain't about 14 or 16. He's, man, you know, when you saw him, he was about 4 something. He's about 6'2" now. You got
grandkids also too, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the grandkids.
How many you got? How many grandkids
I can't
you got?
count them because Miss Deborah will laugh. If you ever get her back on TV set, she gonna laugh. No, and then you got Mark Hill at Lions University in Arkansas, football player. So they just all around, the whole family, Crawford family, they're athletes.
Yeah, you got a
singers, you know.
Yeah, you got
Angela,
a very talented
singer.
Yeah, you got a very talented family.
Terrence,
a lot of talent in the family.
Terrence, Darius, all of them. You know, you met them.
Yeah, because I'm bringing a couple of them on in a week or so. You know, to do some singing. Hey man.
You made my day too, man. When I'm glad Miss Deborah is not on TV today, because she would really have me laughing out the back windows.
Hey, what can I say, man? Well, you know, man, it was a real pleasure having you here on the show to talk about all this stuff, because like I said, I know, speaking for myself, and I think I can honestly say for a great deal of people out there viewing that, they feel the same way I feel. For 30 years, we've been trying to find out answers, especially to that thing with you and Jerry Lawler. And today you gave us a lot of concrete answers.
Which one you think was the most exciting? Leon Spinks against Lawler, or Ali against Jake Robinson? Which one you would give the hike to? Because, you know, it started with Jerry. And these both fighters done met each other before.
I think for me, it would have been Ali.
Yeah.
I think for me, it would have been Ali. But, you know, different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean? Somebody else may have a different preference. But for me, it would have definitely been you and the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Ali. You know what I mean? I'm the greatest. I'm the great. Man, I love me some Ali. You know what I mean? Hey, but listen, man. Once again, thank you for coming out and talking on the show with me.
Hey,
man.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you coming, man.
Yeah, what a production.
Yeah, man. Hey, folks, we've just had our talk with the mighty Snowman. I gave you a little history on him, a little background. He answered as many questions as I could get out. Yeah, as he wanted to for today. I thank y'all, everybody out there, for tuning in. That's gonna just about do it for me and Snowman today, man. Thank you, Snowman.
Wrap it up. Okay.
Thank you for tuning in tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got as many questions answered as we could from wrestling legend, the mighty Snowman. I hope that the answers that you all received tonight is enough to put your minds at ease. I'd like to thank you once again for tuning in to the Ben Ether Show on the SVP Television Network. And until the next broadcast, hey, take care of yourself and take care of each other.